Happy Thursday, everyone. So we are live. We're just going to give people some time to come on into the stream. Okay. And then we'll do all those great introductions and whatnot.
Happy Friday Eve, everyone.
Friday. Yeah. It is my Friday.
Oh, yeah. It is?
Yes, ma'am.
Nice.
Let me make sure my phone is on silent.
It's like a Wednesday for me because I got to work Saturday.
Oh. Jeez.
Sucks to be you.
I know, right?
Where's everybody from, though? Where's everybody from?
I'm from Chicago.
Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So PG County, Maryland. Fort Washington.
All right.
Fort Washington, Maryland.
Oh, dope.
Hey, Mike, you don't live in PG. You've been in North Carolina long enough to consider yourself a North Kakalaki.
Nah, never that. Never that. But I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, though.
Oh, okay. My second home.
So are you a Carolinian?
Well, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm in Brooklyn right now, but I go to Charlotte all the time. I think we go on there this next weekend. We're going to Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Everybody did get a chance to go ahead and share the stream. I probably will go on Facebook just to remind people to come on over and join us. There you go. I'll probably need to remind your audience as well to go ahead and come follow us. Let me see.
Hey, what's the best way to send this follow? I always mess up.
The best way? Did you make a post?
Yeah, I've been making posts all day. It take me 10 minutes to do that. I dare somebody to say something about being old. I dare somebody. Anybody say I'm cooking you all night. Are we live?
No.
Yes, we live.
Oh, no.
But I was thinking it though.
How y'all doing?
He got to put his eyes on the post.
I don't want people to great conversation. Hold on. I'm going to go live on Facebook and then I'm going to turn the camera around so you all can say hello. Hold on. Okay, so it's live now. You all wave at Facebook.
What's up?
So for those of you
what up?
This video, come follow us on the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube page. We will be talking tonight about the male versus female perspective. We've had some brave viewers to send in some questions. For our gentlemen, majority of them on here represent the Millionaire M.A.N Cave show that you can catch on RETV. Hi, Kiriana. So for those of you that are taking a look at this live, please come over to YouTube. This is where our show is. We are live. We will take your questions and your comments. Feel free to join the conversation at the Relationship Entertainment Television page on YouTube. Hope that you all will come join us there. All right, let me end that. So for those of you that are joining us, thank you. Welcome to the show. I'm going to give everyone an opportunity to introduce themselves. So we're going to start with the lady. So either lady can go ahead first and just say hello to the audience as they are coming in.
Hi, audience. I'm Kiasha.
Hello, I'm Tanya.
And then you gentlemen can go in any order that you like.
What's good, everybody? It's Narada out here.
All right, in the middle, there's Mike. What's going on?
What up? What up? It's Black.
Your boy Ty's in the building.
What's going on? It's Donnell, aka Mr. Reasonable, aka.
Oh, I thought he might be AKA for a minute.
Oh my gosh. So
Look, Kiasha, we should have did something different. Tanya, aka.
Right. I thought about it after you said it. I'm like, okay.
We can always
Y'all wanna
revamp
start
that. Everybody do their AKA. Let's redo it. Everybody do your AKA real quick. Same one. Do your AKA. Everybody, I like that. Do that. Do that. Everybody do that. I want to see what y'all come up with real fast.
Yeah.
I
don't
can't
have
think.
AKA.
It's too much pressure.
Oh man, y'all ain't ready, man. This big black.
No,
It's
you
too much.
AKA.
He already
Thicker
had
than a
his
can of oil.
established.
AKA beat them down all day long. AKA the mouth of the South. AKA if you want it, come get it, because I got all of it, baby, and I got something to give to you. I got some more if you want it. But we'll leave it at
It's
that.
gonna be a long hour.
But it's going to be a great hour. For those of you that are joining us tonight, I have decided for our season finale to invite some gentlemen onto the show. Yes, I am the women's champ, but we wouldn't be here without our guys. And I had some brave people be willing to send in some questions, and I know that Kiasha has some. And we just wanted to hear the male perspective. Oftentimes, women, we sit around and we have conversations amongst ourselves, and we're looking for answers from a man, but we're talking to women. And so I thought it would be a great idea for men to give us some raw feedback, because that's what we need. And I know that there are many layers that can come along with these questions, but I'm going to start with the first question that someone sent me. So, why do men say they want a relationship with a woman, then once in it, waste her time by not actually being in the relationship?
I don't do that, so that y'all can answer that question.
Can you repeat that question, Toya? I couldn't really hear you. What did
I
you
heard
say?
a lot of feedback. I couldn't really hear you.
Oh, okay. Why do men say they want a relationship with a woman, then once in it, waste her time by not actually being in the relationship?
Okay.
Define not being in the relationship.
Okay, so they didn't give me much information, but this is what I would say. I believe that it is that they're in a relationship verbally, but they're not in it emotionally. Just to say you're in a relationship, but you're not doing what and I guess everybody got their own standards for a relationship as well. But you saying you got a woman, but you don't act like you are with her. And let me tell you something.
Okay.
Now, I don't want y'all to sit up here and get quiet on this tonight, because I know all of you all have not been where you are today. So I don't care if you got to go back 20 years.
All right.
Take
First
us
of
back
all,
to that mentality.
First of all, right. Here's the dynamics of that situation. The idea of what's being in a relationship is totally different. Don't get me wrong, it's the same, but it's the different approach at what men and women go after. So, okay, look here. Women, they always looking to turn that man into the one. Every time, just about. Not all the time, but majority of the time. Because from when you was 8 years old, if little Johnny in 3rd grade said he liked you, but then you saw him sitting over there with that other girl laughing and sharing milk, getting that milk from her, oh, you went crazy at 8 years old. Because you're like, oh, he ain't supposed to be talking to her. Y'all been doing this forever. Y'all got to stop making a man your husband the first day you meet him. And the first time he tell you he like you. He need time. He need time. He ain't trying to go. Listen, he like you. He don't want nobody else to get you. He don't want you to talk to nobody else. But that don't mean he all in just yet. You got to play that game. You got to hustle him. That's all I can say.
Anybody else?
I like that. I'm gonna back that up.
He's probably like not even ready. He just don't want to hurt your feelings too. Like he just say it just to continue getting what he getting. You know what I mean? And that's it.
Since Mr. Reasonable is not here today, let me go ahead and speak on his behalf. since we got Donnell in the building, let me go ahead and speak on the behalf of Mr. Reasonable who's not here. I don't think nobody gets in a relationship just for the hell of it, just to be like, oh, I'm in a relationship, this ain't gonna last. I'm in it, you know. I mean, there are some people who are in it just to get what they want to get and then be out. But if a dude seriously pursues a woman, then he's in it. He's not in it just to be half-assed in it. He's in it to be fully in it. Now, it just really depends on, you know, the dynamics once you get in, because people change when they get in relationships. You know, so, you know, it could be something that she might have done that he might not have recognized early on. That changed his perspective. He could be like, oh, I did not know that she does not wash her ass once a day. So I now tail once a day.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Either of you,
you had to put the wash the ass in there, man.
Hey, I'm just saying, there's nasty women. I mean,
Wait,
it's funny
what did you ask?
there's nasty men. There's some nasty women out there too. But go ahead.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
You would add a twist to it. You would add a twist. No, Kiasha and Tanya, I just want to know if either of you have ever experienced that.
Yeah, I've experienced it, and I agree that I think that a man will say, am I freezing you all? Okay. I think that a man will, you know, if he really is into a woman, I think that, you know, he probably will appease her and say what it is that he feels like she wants to hear for that moment. And I also agree with the theory that we do sometimes enter into a relationship and we're like, this is my husband, he is it. And that's a lot of pressure. But I also believe that for some men, you know, if they have an agenda, if you know that you are not going to be serious with that woman, just go ahead and be transparent. Because in reality, if we want to mess with you, we're not going to stop because of what you say. Because the other part of us is so many of us that believe, oh, I can change him. I can convince him that I am the one, which is why you have so many women in competition with each other, because we believe that whatever it is that we have is so magical that we can make him different. So I think, you know, a little bit of that is our fault because we work really, really hard at trying to convince whoever that man is, that one, we work really hard at trying to convince him that we're special instead of convincing ourselves and being with who wants to be with us.
Now you said to be for the man to be transparent, but some women can't handle the truth though.
That's true.
So it's like
you see how quick they knock it out, and some men
can
tell the truth.
We have to protect. Men protect women by not telling them the whole truth.
Black.
I mean, in a bad way, but sometimes we protect y'all by not telling y'all the truth.
Black, that causes more havoc. Like, y'all don't realize that I really believe this, and I don't know what women y'all been around, but I know as far as me and my friends and the women that I'm connected with, tell us the truth because let me decide if I want to be a part of your nonsense.
Absolutely.
Because
first of all, when I tell you the truth, you're not gonna put your hand in my face. And then you're not going to be calling me and my mama and my dad and everybody in my family. And then because you just got to process it first. See, I ain't got time for all that. On the woman. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ride this out. And then I'm going to find a way to tell you the truth. But you're going to get the truth in bits. Just like I ain't going to commit to you at first and tell you, you my woman and you're going to be all my woman. I'm going to give you a piece of me bit by bit until you're the one. Sometimes you just ain't the one.
Wait a minute. What do you mean until you're the one?
Yeah. Okay. So let me jump in there on that.
And I don't plan on being with you.
Yeah. Let me jump in on that, Black. So a lot of men, you know, not all men, but a lot of men get into relationships and knowing that it's not marriage, it's just a relationship. A relationship could be different things to different people, like y'all were saying earlier. But to most men, it's not marriage until it's marriage. Mm-hmm. So we're still out there maybe hunting. We're still out there putting bait out. We're still out there getting some BDBO, you know? BDBO. But the baseline is that relationships are all different, and most men are not in a marriage type relationship until they put that ring down. on that finger?
Let me ask y'all this, because this was actually a question, and we can still go back to that. But one of the questions that someone actually submitted is, what is it that men are looking for when you're dating a woman? What separates the one from everybody else?
So we just had that conversation the other day on Millionaire M.A.N Cave. It's different for everybody. Everybody got their set of standards. Everybody got their set of whatever it is they looking for. So you can't put like me. Don't put me in a box with every other dude. You know, that be out there shooting, that be out cheating, or whatever he doing. You know, so it's different for everybody. Some people be like, oh, I like a chick with big butt and big breasts, or I like a chick with brains, or I like a chick with a job, or I like a chick with this and this, that, and the third. So it's different from everybody. You can't, there can't be a one generalized answer as to what it is that men are looking for in a woman.
What was it for you, Ty?
Well, what was it for? Thank you, Donnell.
See, there go Mr. Reasonable. There you go.
Thank you.
I can tell you mine, but go ahead.
Thank you. Yes, I want to hear it. Tell me. Tell us. They want to know.
No, for me personally, I wanted somebody, who I can kick it with, who I can, who wasn't just a wife to me, who was like a good best friend to me, somebody who I could talk to and rely on, somebody who also, uplifted me and made me a better person, rather than just, coming in the status quo and I had to help them all the time. And fortunately, that's what I got. So, and plus, I'll leave that up alone. Yeah.
So you just said, fortunately, that's what you got. Did you know those things prior to entering into the relationship?
That's called dating. That's called dating. The dating process is where you're supposed to get to know what it is a person brings to the table, or what it is that they offer, or what it is that you even looking for. And like everybody said, so if a dude is not ready and he's dating you, he see that you ain't got them qualities, then 9 times out of 10, he's not going to commit to you. He's going to commit to find somebody else elsewhere. It's you got in your head that he's committing to you, but he looking at you going, you ain't got it all. You just a good piece of ass, and I'm moving on to something else.
Or sometimes he's actually
do
saying
lie
to
as
the
well.
woman. Go ahead. What did you say? Go ahead.
No, I said that dating process. Some women put on the front too. So it's like, like, how are you really gonna know?
It's called the person's representative.
Exactly.
Everybody has one. Yeah.
And even around being a representative, there you can only be a representative for so long. Them true colors.
For so long. That's right.
That's true. That's true.
But one thing that I always say, I think for me, is that, Black earlier was saying, give a woman, give a little bit of yourself piece by piece. But I guess when you're upfront, I guess both parties should have a discussion about what is it that you're looking for, because some people aren't ready for a commitment. So if you aren't ready for a commitment, and again, that's when you have to lay down, I guess, your ground rules, no different than any other relationship, because it's a relationship nonetheless, even if it's just sexual. I still feel as if you need to have those ground rules set.
But Toy, I totally agree with the don't lie part, but I also wanted to say, for some people, the what are you looking for is a trap, because if the man or the woman have an agenda and you tell them what you're looking for, then if they're the representative, they become that momentarily in order to
I say what you're looking for, because here's my thing, I wouldn't tell somebody, I'm not going to tell you what I'm looking for. I'm going to let you show me that that's what you have. When I say what you're looking for, do you simply want a sexual relationship? Do you want somebody to just go to the movies with you? Or are you looking to be married? Like, what's the end goal?
A is the answer. Ain't no dude out there I just want to take you to see all the good movies. So I want to go see Judas and the Black Messiah. I want to go see all that, but you never take you home.
But Toya, so my question is, and I know this is women's chant, but my question is to the women, what if you get in a relationship, to my point earlier, and you realize that this chick is not the chick there who you thought she was? So then what do you do then? Like, she cool to kick it with. You don't want to be like, you know what, I'm gonna completely kick you to the curb because you ain't crap. But we can still kick it. We can still, you might be a good piece of tail or whatever, So what do you do then?
But you need to know what she wants as well, because that's where it gets tricky.
That's exactly
what I mean. Real tricky, and then it'll be when somebody is on the ID channel now because you playing around with right. Now we telling y'all to be upfront with us. We being upfront with you. Some women, and get this, some men can't handle that either.
My thing is,
if you know that, here's my thing. if I know that I'm sleeping with someone that can't handle solely just sleeping with me because I know that they really want to be with me, it's up to me to not do that. Because that's not cool for them.
Yeah.
That's my response to that.
Also, I still wholeheartedly believe in being honest, only because I have told men before. I know men who all kind of crazy stuff has happened, and their first reaction is, well, I was honest with her. But the thing is, you were honest with a bona fide certified fool, and you had to know, she had to have the signs. I don't know if the sex is better when they're crazy or what, but she had to have some kind of sign that she was insane. Right. And so I'm saying that to say that's why even sometimes, to be honest, even sometimes you all can be transparent and she's still gonna be crazy. Or it's like Latoya said, I know men that are crazy too. So it's, both sides. So you could be honest sometimes and it doesn't matter. But at least she won't be able to throw in your face, well, you lied. No, I told you the truth. And you just, dealt with it how you dealt with it.
I want Janelle to answer that question though. Janelle, what was it for you? How did you know that she was the one? Because a lady actually submitted this question. She wants to know, and I get it. I like that Cassandra wrote that there are no generalized answers.
Nope.
You guys are laughing.
No, I'm laughing at
Laughing at that guy right there.
So for me, it was before you even like get into the sexual, it was the consistency of us dating, us talking on the phone, us hanging out. Be consistent. I think I've heard women say that to me before about just be consistent at whatever it is that whatever my intentions are. You know what I mean? And like if I get sick, I want someone to care enough to check on me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I don't want to just be like, oh, I'm sick and I don't hear from her till next week when I'm feeling better. You know what I mean? Like it happens.
That's what
I mean, I'm getting it 100. And same thing for me. Like if you tell me you sick and I'm not like checking on you, making sure you good, then that's probably a telltale sign that I'm probably not that into.
Very much so.
Just not that into.
I tell you what, you get sick on me the first 3 weeks I know you, something wrong with you, I'm out. Hey, so I don't want that. You ain't got good health. I'm out. That's a precursor. You can't be getting sick as soon as I meet you. Who gets sick the first week they get a job and then start calling
have to be first week. Like, but you know what I'm saying? Like just if I'm willing to kick it with you when that red demon, like what I'm saying, is it's that time of the month. If you tell me it's that time of the month and I ain't, what I'm saying, like I'm trying to ghost you, you already know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Man, I put it like this, man. It's like this. You got to be a coach. I say everything in sports. As a coach, you accept all players. Now, some players come with a reputation. They awesome athletes. They can win the game, but guess what? You make all of them go through the same drills. And then sometimes some of them just rise to the top. And you're like, oh, that is my starter. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it don't work out. That's how y'all get to be number one. You got to play the same. We treat all the women the same, just about.
Just about.
The situation that we go into, just about. But when you got a star player on your team, you give them a little bit more leniency than you do others. Attention. You give them more plays. Get them the ball. So you get every night. That other person might not get the ball every night. Mm-hmm. But once you start being a permanent starter, you get the ball every night. And I'm telling you, when it becomes that, then you start winning some championships. You start seeing that person help you win in life. And that's how, next thing you know, you stand in front of the whole crowd. Your homeboys mad because they bought all these damn tuxes and they had to come from out of town and pay for your wedding. And they talking about something, man, I sure hope this lasts longer than the last one or whatever, man. This dude here, I hope he got it out of him. That's how you end up like that.
But that's an excellent analogy. That's a really good analogy.
That's how it is.
Yeah, that's a really good analogy.
Danielle,
I do have a question.
No, I was going to say, stop forcing. You know what I'm saying? Like in our minds, people got to stop forcing something that, ain't meant to be. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's true. I mean that's true, but it's still the lion for me. But we'll get back to that. Kiasha, what were you going to?
I was gonna kind of piggyback that because one of my questions is similar. When he said, you get the star player, and next thing you know, basically you're at the wedding. What happens? One of my questions that I got from a young lady is, what happens when you and a person are in a relationship and you think it's going great, wonderful, and terrific, but he just will not commit to marriage or whatever the case may be. And then I want the male perspective, because according to the guy, he hasn't said this to her, but according to the guy, basically, he doesn't feel like she's good enough, but she's good enough for in the meantime, in between time. Now, what does that mean? Like when a man is with someone and he knows, like you said, everybody not going to be a star player. You know she's not a star player, but you know what she wants. Why still hold on to her or maintain that relationship if you know that your end goal is not to make her a star player?
Well, that goes back to the beginning of the conversation, the beginning of the night. Like, some guys just want to, enjoy the ride for now until he find that star player. You know what I mean? So it all depends. Every situation is different, but
right. Okay, so now
we're not that smart.
And even if you're talking about a star player, Michael Jordan ain't become Michael Jordan overnight.
That's right.
She ain't become, so it may take her a minute. She may become a star player like after a few games, coming off the bench for a minute.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
But here's the thing: the person,
just like some of y'all might not be a king yet.
Y'all. Well, we ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about that right now. We're talking about y'all.
No, but I asked that because I know. I mean, just from knowing, I asked that because. No, go ahead. Were you finished? I don't want to talk. Okay.
Oh no.
I asked that because I know a lot of guys too who, like you said, she might not be a star player yet. That takes a while, yada, yada, yada. But in the interim, she thinks she's the only one. And so, as women, we're quick to assume that you all think that the grass is green on the other side, when it really may be that you're just, exploring your options or trying to see what you want or whatever the case may be. And is the grass really greener when you get over there to the other side? I'm curious to know that too.
Ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect.
It ain't. It's not.
I mean, so no, I ain't gonna say it's not. Ain't nobody perfect. Sometimes. Say what now, Donna?
Something about to change my name.
Ain't nobody perfect though. I mean, so is the grass green on the other side? Nah, not really. I mean, sometimes it can be, sometimes it's not. I mean, so you go. I mean, in my opinion, you go into every relationship with a risk. Like there's a risk that it may not work out. I mean, everybody has to assume that risk. You can't automatically assume just because I say we dating or I'm your boyfriend or whatnot, that you're gonna be, my wife at the end of the day. No, just the whole point of dating is to find out whether or not you are that one. And if I find out during the dating process that you're not that one, don't get your feelings hurt when I dip out.
So if you find that one, I mean,
established.
If you find that one, I mean, the grass is green on the other side, no?
Right.
Okay.
When you find that one,
I agree.
Not the one with the sixth man and the seventh man and everybody else on it.
Starting five.
But you know what? I say that's a good analogy because that's why it's so important for us to listen when they speak. Because first of all, he came up with it. He didn't skip a beat. He didn't stutter. So it's a thing to some men. So if it's like that, then to me, this is good insight. Like, there are men who are like, okay, I got 5 of them. There are men like that. So then you just have to be hyper vigilant in your relationship and hope that he's being transparent. And especially the women. Go ahead.
No, I know women like that too.
Me too.
Yeah.
So you're right. I don't want to just say men. You're right. I know women like that too. So that's my point. If you know that the other person though wants a serious committed relationship, just say, hey, I'm dating. So that there's no discrepancy, there's no confusion.
Right.
she's, you know what I mean? He or she knows what your agenda is. And then that way, if they go crazy by themselves because you aren't lying.
So I went to a point in my life.
I think women show their hand too soon in some acquaintances. It ain't no relationship yet. It's not. Yep. You don't have the right to call it a relationship. That's my thing. Is you think because we done met, I got your number. I'm telling you, I'm gonna take you out. I bought you flowers. We smile. We got good chemistry, and you know. And I say I'm digging you. That's not a relationship. That is not a relationship. That is just that is the precursor to see if I still want to kick it with you. You know, in my mind, I'm like, hey, you know, it's just another date. And some women like that too. Hell, my wife did not like me. She ain't like me. Hell, the first date me and my wife went on, it was not supposed to be me and her.
Wait, what?
It was a group of us.
Who was this supposed to be?
You gotta
and somehow it just happened. I'm like, damn, how I end up in this?
You sound like
I thought I was supposed to be with the other girl. Man, how I get? Oh God, it just happens, man. You know, you don't know when you get players on your team. You let everybody try out and see what they got, and they'll get there.
Tamisha, relationship doesn't equal relationship.
That's right. Amen.
So I went through a point in my life where I would weed out women, you know, so to speak. So like
you mean
I might
smoke
have
them out, like?
Basically. So like I might have that starting five, and I may not like be lying to you straight up and saying, you know, we in a relationship, but I had that starting five, and at some point during the weeks or the months, they would get weeded out. I would talk to some more, some less. And as I talk to you less, you get weeded out. That's what I mean.
You had a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Something like that.
I see you.
You know,
that's right.
But isn't that exhausting though? Like,
nah, because
man, when you 21, 22, no, they ain't exhausting.
Just drink some Hennessy.
Yeah, it's not exhausting. It's
Tanya want to say something.
Okay. So listen, during those times
when you 46, that's exhausting.
Not at 20.
Not at 20, baby. No.
Okay, maybe I'm speaking from the 40-year-old perspective. That's exhausting. I ain't talking about 20s and 20s.
Talking to one every night is the same as talking to a different one every night. To me,
that's from a senior citizen's perspective.
From a what?
That's interesting.
A senior citizen's perspective.
Oh, but I'm just saying, I'm spending my time with somebody, right? It may be the same person, but I'm spending my time with somebody, and eventually, I'm spending my time more and more with one person. And that's the person that rises to the top and becomes that star
consistency.
Player.
I said
right. That's the person that becomes that star player. And that's how I ended up getting into relationships.
Tanya, what were you going to say?
I forgot, but another thought. At what point do you tell the other members on the team, listen, I got my star player. I can't fool with y'all.
Exactly.
You don't.
Why do you have to?
They automatically get the drift. They get it. They know they ain't got no time.
Thing too. Sometimes you don't gotta say nothing. Like they know
exactly.
The
vibe.
Like, fellas, I got this. You know, when y'all start saying why won't men commit when they want to be in a relationship, then you the person that ain't the starter. You the one that's complaining that men ain't giving you what you want, cause you ain't the starter. Somebody else getting that time that's causing women to say, why are we in a relationship and he won't want to be with me? He said he want to be with me, but he playing around. No, he ain't. He got a starter already.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey,
man, he's also backtracking. He's also
backtracking. Like getting that job interview. You don't get that call back. You know what time it is. You ain't get the job.
And he's, you know what? Toya made a point. She said but what if he's backtracking or whatever?
But because you hold on, let me say this, Kiasha, because I know someone that has experienced that before. You don't want to deal with me, and then a week later, now you calling. Why are you backtracking? And that was one of my because remember, you're not ready to commit, right? So if you're not ready to commit, and you know that this woman wants to commit, that's why I said earlier, don't stop playing. Don't play the game. Don't back.
It's not that he's not ready to commit. He's not ready to commit to you. That's the thing.
If he backtracking, he playing in on your emotions. He want what he want when he want it. That's it.
Yeah, and there are people like that. There are people who are not ready to commit, period.
Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
That was perfect, Mr. Perfect.
He wants what, or even if he hasn't, necessarily chosen, he know who the star player is. My thought is he still wants to leave his options open, especially if that woman, that doesn't make her a bad person because she's not the star player. That just makes her not the star player. And so he may not want to.
For him.
Right, for him.
Somebody else star player. Right. Just like he's not ready to commit to you. He want to commit to something. He may want to commit to somebody else, just not you.
Right.
Get over it, move on, like Nicole said.
But women are super smart, though. They should be able to pick up on all that.
They usually do. They usually do.
Okay, let me put that up there. And Cody, I'm with that. My thing is stop lying.
Everybody lie, Toya. Come on now. Everybody lie.
Thank you, Ty.
Everybody lie, Toya. See, that's my problem. Women always act like, oh, men lie. Women lie too. Women lie. Shut up.
We get that, Ty. Yasha, do you see why I don't like Tyron? Let me pause here and give a little commercial break. For those of you that are watching, we appreciate you all for tuning in tonight. We had some people submit some questions, and I have somebody that's actually about to send in another question on Facebook for you gentlemen and ladies. Feel free to comment. If you have not done so already, the gentleman that is at the top of the screen with the two letters T and Y is the proud owner of Relationship Entertainment Television. And I'm so happy that I am presented with this opportunity to have these type of conversations with men and women where we can come and be respectful to one another and have this platform where you all can engage with us as well. So for those of you that are watching, we appreciate you tuning in. Please spread the word. Let others know that you are tuned in to watch this wonderful conversation between these men and women. And again, for those of you that are commenting, if you would like to, thank you, Jason, T and Y. For those of you that are watching, if you'd like to comment or send in a question, please feel free to do so.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate something and add to it. Like, like I said, women are smart. They should be able to pick up on signs and stuff like that. Also, like, you guys should just like judge the men by their actions. So, if a man is not putting in that effort and showing you, that work, like, why are you wasting your time?
Thank you, Narada. So I literally had that same conversation with my wife just last week, not about women, but about a family member in particular. I'm the type of person, I don't give my energy to everybody. So everybody does not deserve your energy. So if you feel like somebody is not giving you what you deserve, why waste your energy and your time worrying about what this dude is or is not doing? Pick up your energy and move on.
I feel like a lot of women, I'm not putting y'all in the box, but I feel like a lot of women like to fix people. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
But they can't, though. They can't.
But they don't see it that way. And in the end, they
get especially if they have strong feelings for that person. That's exactly what it is. We will put on our cape and play Super Saver Man in a minute. That's exactly what it is. And then let him drive you crazy in your own car. That's exactly what it is. I know this story all too well. It's a thing. And the reality is he is who he is. And he's going to take him. Another thing to piggyback off what you said, if he's a fool, a lot of times it won't work out in your relationship. And then you're consumed worrying about what's happening with him and whoever the new woman is. But if he's a fool, he takes him everywhere he goes. So he gonna be a fool for her too. You may as well relax and go on about your life. He is who he is. But yeah, that was really good because we do think we can save you.
I want to say what Narada said. Hey, listen, most women don't use the power that you have. See, we've been growing up when we were little, all the boys couldn't get no play. The girls, they got all the play. They could turn guys away anytime they want to, their whole life. Because it's been some guys trying to get at them. And they got to push them away, push them away, push them away. For us guys, for so long, you know that you ain't no girls when you coming up just knocking on your door. Ooh, I want to be with you. It's like we trying to find that one to get into. We 13, 14, 15. You know, we trying to get in it. We knocking at the door, but the door ain't open.
Right.
So now as we get older, it's like that switch flip. That now when we meet somebody, y'all want it to be the one. And sometimes women, if you just flip that switch and say, you know what? You cool, but I got some other stuff I'm looking into. You know you will mess that man's mind up and he will get back on the hunt. He'll get back on the hunt. Y'all don't use that power enough. You know, you want to make him the one and tell him he got to be committed. But you ain't gave him no fight. Give him some work for.
Nah, you're right. You're right on that.
Yeah.
Let him know he ain't and see what he'll fight for. If he don't fight for you after you tell him that he may not be the only one, he don't continue to pursue it, then you doing yourself a favor.
Yeah.
He ain't the one.
I agree with that.
Very true.
Obviously, unless your name Curtis, and Curtis, if that's the case, if you got somebody knocking at your door right now, you need to write a book, sir.
Somebody just sent in a question. So bear with me because I didn't get a chance to proofread it. She's still writing. My question is, I've been engaged for 5 years, been with him for 6 years. He says we're not married yet because we are not on the same page. I'm not sure why he thinks our relationship is going to be the greatest. I'm on the edge of calling it quits. I love him. He is a good man. But damn, how long should I wait? Why am I holding on? I don't know. I need help. Everyone is telling me to leave. And yes, my kids are attached to him. He is a great stepfather, the only father they know.
That's it. You just said it. You just said you answered the question at the very end. He's a great stepfather. He don't really want to be with them. He's great. He like the kids. He ain't ready to commit to them kids. And guess what? She keep holding on to him because he's a good guy for them kids.
Yeah, I definitely been there and done that. But
and
the
engaged
reality,
for 5 years, that's a long time just to be engaged.
Yeah.
That's telling in itself. You know, like I said before, like, you know, you judge by the actions. You know what I mean? So
yeah, what are you waiting for after 5 years? What are you seriously waiting for? Y'all damn near what is the
common law?
Common
law.
Right, yeah.
There you go, common law.
Yeah.
So he said, she said 5 years and they still not on the same page. I mean, he's never going to be on the same page.
They probably in the same book.
Right. Right.
Do y'all see Curtis' comment though?
Curtis.
Exactly. You can't build a relationship on the page.
Exactly, Curtis.
Wait a minute, it says hashtag paper having nigga.
Oh, Jason said he may be staying for the children, not her. Oh, thank you, Tom.
That's true too. That's true too.
Hey,
No, but sometimes deep down, these women already know the answers. You know, so it's just like, you know, why
do y'all second guess ourselves when y'all already know the answer to half these questions?
Exactly.
Especially if she just said that everybody is telling her to leave, and I'm pretty sure they're already telling her why to leave. She already told them why she need to leave. Hell, why not just leave? Again, why are you giving your energy? Why are you giving all this energy to somebody who obviously does not deserve it? And hell, who's already spending their energy elsewhere?
because you probably have some women, and I'm not just gonna put it on us, but some men as well. But since a woman did ask this question, I think for some it could be, I'd rather have something than nothing at all.
But
I'm just
some things are out there. You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying.
But why
But it goes back to earlier when we were talking about why do people say that, like when another woman wrote, why do men say they want to be in a relationship and don't be in it when they get there? I think that's the same as I believe some people like the idea of marriage, but they don't know what it takes to keep a marriage. They like the idea. People like the idea of a relationship. It sounds good. Me and my boo, me and my partner, whatever.
I think that's more so for women than men, though. I think it sounds more good to women than, you know what I mean, like than men.
She had a lot of that.
Women just love the idea. Oh, that's my man. You know, that's my husband. You know, blah blah blah. Like, I don't think it's like that for men.
What if she had a lot of
that?
that?
If I'm wrong.
Yeah, what if she had?
I mean, I would imagine for a man who's actually ready for that or wants that, it's probably like that for him. But you're right. I think it's definitely us. And to answer something else you said, why would she wait? Or, you know, why would the woman stay? And the reality is, it is like that. I've trust me, I've had this conversation a million times, and it's for them, you know, in this lady's case, she's been there 6 years. Her children know him. It's like the devil you know is better than the one you don't. So to her, I've invested all of this time, energy, effort, emotion, my children's emotions, and I don't want to walk away. But the reality is that at this point, she's probably the only person present because he's talking about a whole nother page. Like you're not, you all aren't even, you know, there together.
Right.
I think she should just go and tell him she gonna be out. I guarantee you things will change a little bit. She gonna get some more definite answers, and she won't have people telling her what. If she just say, "Hey, listen, I'm out," and give him something to hold on to, give him a jab, then she might give more leeway. But
some people don't realize they got a good thing until until it's gone anyway.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Some people don't realize until after somebody says, "I'm gone, I'm out the door." Then they go, "Oh shoot, yeah, let me go ahead and do what I really need to do."
And I'm gonna tell you, it's like that a lot for men. It's like that a lot for men, and that's when that's when Toy was talking about backtracking. You know, a lot of men don't realize what they had until it's gone. What were you saying, Donnell?
I said I feel like I need a little more information. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we're pointing fingers at him. And at the same time, like if she's saying that he's a good stepdad, like he's invested in her kids. You know what I'm saying? So that speaks volumes in terms of character.
Him. Yeah.
You know, it might be something about her. And I bring up that, you know, being funny but not being funny. You know, what is that we're not on the same page all about? He may want kids.
Yeah. That's
she may not. Because she already have 2 kids.
Yeah, she's a breeder.
I mean, it's a lot going on. Is there an age gap?
This is serious. This person is watching. So I hope that she really, you know, listen and realize the power that she has. I like what Tanisha wrote. Some men imagine themselves with a star player who's already being scouted. It works both ways.
But okay, even so, I don't know if Tamisha was watching earlier when I said that. It works both ways, Tamisha. There are people who do the exact same thing. They're like, okay, I'm in this, but I really ain't in it. I got somebody Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as well. You just Friday, dude. So there are women who act the same way that y'all claim that men act.
And y'all can't.
Well, no, I totally agree with you on that. I think that there are women. I think that this is definitely women and men, a woman and men thing. That actually we better at it, if you really want to know.
That's true.
We're better at it. But and the young lady who just what is your Darnell?
Me?
His point that he made about the point that you made about that there's a reason. Because you're right. Our first reaction immediately was like, well, this guy. But you're right. There could be something. Like women can be toxic too. And so, you know, there could be something that's stopping him. So that's a good point. Because I do think it's unfair that sometimes we always beat up on you all. And to be honest, even if, let me just go ahead and be all the way transparent. Even if you're not shit, the reality of it is, if you're not shit and we're together, you're not shit all by yourself. Because if you're toxic, I'm a little toxic too, because I continue to mess with you. Knowing whatever your toxicity is, knowing that you're not shit, we're not shit together in unison. Because I'm allowing you to continue to do whatever these not shit things are. And, you know, blame it on low self-esteem, blame it on whatever. But at the same time, we can't put like 100% of the blame on you. Like Toya was, you know, saying earlier, hey, be honest. But I know men who are honest and the woman still acts a donkey, like he didn't say anything to her. So, you know, a lot of us women, we're toxic as well. And I think we need to do a little self-work before we even try to commit and make that person our everything. Because
right quick, Toya, I just realized something. It's the reason why the two of them at the bottom of the screen together. Mr. Reasonable is the reasonable voice for Man Cave. Kiasha needs to be the reasonable voice for men on Women's Champ.
Well spoken, Kiasha.
Well spoken.
I'm gonna, because I'm objective. I'm very objective. I'm not gonna be biased because to me, you don't learn if you're biased. The objective is for us to really be able to learn from each other and receive, you know, what each other has to say, and we can't do that if we're biased.
That's true.
The bottom line is, as women, we have to take some responsibility. It's just like, if you're constantly second guessing yourself, you should be secure in what you're in and what you're doing. So if you don't have that security and you feel off, there comes a time where you need to make a choice and say, I'm out. We
it's
can't,
okay.
We carry things on for too long and it becomes extremely toxic. So I mean, you gotta ask yourself, all right, am I gonna stay with this or am I out?
Absolutely.
Let me ask this. So it's kind of like twofold. Someone did this is something I wanted to know. Is it harder for men to let go or women? Who is it harder for? But to me, Sherelle, do women handle rejection better than men?
No.
Do women handle rejection?
I don't think so. I think well, I can't speak for men, so you all go.
I think women handle it differently. Like I feel like a lot of women will insert themselves in front of another man to get their mind off of that other guy.
All right, man, I'm gonna go back to this. I think men rejection ain't a big deal for us because we've been rejected our whole lives. So, all right, women on this call, 9 times out of 10, if a guy asks you for your number in the past, most of them did not get it.
Okay.
If you asked a man for his number, you mostly got it most of the time. If you
I never had to ask.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go. There you go. That's what he's saying.
Thank you.
That's exactly what he's saying.
You are absolutely right. That's just the perfect answer. So so
when we get that type of rejection, and see, sometimes that's how it's hard for us to commit because we've been rejected by women so much because that's a lot of times that's what we wanted so much with just being a guy, man, just coming up, testosterone. Man, we walking 8 miles in the rain, just sniffing. You know what I'm saying? If we would do that, we have been doing that our whole lives. And, we'll get there and you be like, my mama said I can't handle company. What? You know how many gangs I had to walk through to get over here? You know, all them dudes at the corner want to kick my ass and I got to come over here in your neighborhood. I'm trying to see you and I get rejected. And then now, but see, women, y'all don't get all that rejection like that. Y'all don't get that. Y'all pick and choose who you let in.
Let me tell you something.
We get in when we fit in a lot.
And let me just challenge you a bit on that. We still are rejected. Because he could still be dealing with us and rejecting us at the same time. Now, I'm speaking from experience.
Explain to me a little bit different. I think we talking about, let's keep it boy, girl. I don't want to talk about everything else now.
What are you talking about?
I want to make sure we talking about the same thing now. I hear some deleterious acts going on around here now. What we got?
Yeah. It can happen. A woman can still be rejected.
Of course, yes. I'm not saying you can't, but what I'm saying, women are rejected. Don't get me wrong, yes. But if you take a look at I guarantee you, we got 4 guys and 3 women on here. I guarantee y'all percentage rates are 10 times greater than all of our great rates put together of getting what you want. I guarantee. Ain't no way in the world you can tell me that a guy you really wanted, you couldn't even get to him. Now, there's a couple of guys on here that can say, man, I really wanted to get at her. I just think she ain't give me a time of day, man. She ain't give me a time of day.
Eventually.
And that's how we grew up. Y'all got the ball in, can have all the balls in your hand that you want. I'm just telling you.
So that should answer the question, who handled rejections better. So he explained it perfectly.
So are you all saying, for clarity purposes, because what if there's a man who's not acclimated to being rejected? He probably still won't care. You're probably right. Never mind. Never mind.
See, this is when I wish our neighborhood therapist was on here, Lauren Todd of Comprehensive Wellness. I don't think that you all handle it too well. That's why y'all out there sleeping with so many different women.
That's what you think?
Mm-hmm.
No, it just feel good.
No.
I don't think that have nothing.
No.
It don't.
That's your ego. That's your ego. And I'm not, some men, I don't want to say that's y'all, because there are some men that can actually be faithful to one woman.
Right.
Why? Because they're rejected?
No, because I want to make sure that I don't say y'all like put it out there like all men are that way. I don't want to do that. What I'm saying is I believe this men have a harder time with rejection than women.
All right. So you're saying, just to clarify this, you're saying men have a harder time with rejection, and that's why they sleep with many women?
Some.
How does that make sense?
Because you guys y'all won't put yourselves all the way out there. Some men won't. So it goes back to when you said Black earlier, I'm going to give her a piece of me little by little. So we're going back to your 5 players. So I'm giving her a piece, her a piece, her a piece, and her a piece, because I don't really want to give it all to her, because she may not give me what I really need. So that fear of rejection, that underlying fear of rejection, keeps y'all playing those games. That's how I look.
I understand what you're saying.
Handle it. I just, that's my take on it.
I got a bunch of questions on my phone right now.
Or he could just be trying to find his sexual appetite. He could be just trying to find. He could be dipping that stick and trying to find what's right.
And it's just he's not ready. He just ain't ready for that.
Not
no matter
everybody's
what,
ready.
He ain't ready.
Yeah,
that's a big part of it.
You know what?
That's a big part of it. Not being
I want to
ready.
say something to that.
There are people who get to, go ahead, my bad. Go ahead, Kiosha.
No, I wanted to say something to that question, because I have one more question that someone asked me to ask. And I have my own theory, so I'm gonna present it like that. You know how, like you just said, Black, how he just may not be ready. Is it true that when a man, well, let me say it different. Steve Harvey said that a man will change.
Steve Harvey. Don't listen to nothing Steve Harvey said.
So wait a minute. He said that a man will change if he deems that woman, the one. He'll change for her. And I don't agree with that, but I want you all's opinion on it. I feel like a man changes when he's ready to change, and whoever he happens to be with is the one who reaps the benefit at that point. But he doesn't change for, or women either. I don't think we change for other people. I think we change because we're ready to change. And, you know, just who we happen to be with is just, you know, situational. But what do you guys think?
Kiasha, you know what? The one word you said that I have a problem with is change. Why do we have to change? Why do we have to become something that we're already not, or something where maybe like Donnell said earlier, it's not about changing. It's the fact that we're just not ready to do that with you. So if you are that specific person or you're that one, then we're ready. We're going to show you, as Black said, all of those cards. We're not going to just sit there and be like, oh, I'm going to give you pieces of us. We're going to give you all of us. It has nothing to do with change. It's just the fact that you show
the question. Wait, go ahead. Finish that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it just shows that you, at that point in time, you've shown what I need for me to commit to you. And until I have deemed that necessary, then I'm not giving you. It's not that I'm changing. It's just that I'm not giving you all of me until I realize that you're the one who I want to be with from henceforth and now and forevermore.
Right. Okay. So let me change the word from change to evolve. You know how the 22-year-old you is not the 40-year-old you. So that's what I mean by change. Like I used to be, you know, I was a player, and I'm starting to change a little bit, but I'm just not ready yet. I just don't believe you do that for someone else. I think you do it for you, and whoever, you know, you happen to be with or get with next happens to reap the benefits. So evolve is a better word.
A dude does it just like a woman. A dude does it when he's ready. And if he ain't ready to do it with you, he gonna be ready to do it with somebody else. And you just ain't the one he's just ready to do it with. And men do stuff when they're ready to do it. My wife literally moved across half the country, you know, or whatever. And when she moved, guess what? I could have been like, you know what? Nah, forget her. I'm about to go do whatever I want to do. And I can do X, Y, and Z. Nah, but because she is who I wanted, and because I am a hunter as a man, I went and carried my tail halfway across country every other month just to go get her and bring her back to back over here. So a dude will go do what he has to do when he is ready to do what he has to do. Right. It ain't about, you know, it's a, you know, yeah. All right, I'm done.
I agree with that. I got a couple
of good. I really just wanted to know that answer. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I just wanted to know that answer because that was my last question. Because I just don't want women to believe, like, change is not necessarily a great word, but I don't want us to believe that we have this magic wand and whatever you're doing is going to be also more, you know, that much more special than this other woman. The reality is, like you said, that you are changed when you want to. You know, it's contingent upon you. It's nothing that we can do to make you that ready. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to.
Narada, you had some questions.
Yeah. All right. So there's two questions. Should I ask them both or just one at a time?
Do one at a time. Let's see.
All right. So the first one is, why do some women claims that they don't need a man and they're so strong and independent?
Oh, I'm gonna let Tanya answer this one.
She cheating.
Well, I don't claim that. Let me say that. But
Tanya, she doesn't claim it, but she behaves. She acts in that. So that's why I let her answer this. Go on.
So I was gonna
she get that silverback, that BDBO on.
But I acted out. So
Black.
But you know, my why is because I've been used to doing things a certain way for so long. A part of it is that I don't know how to accept help. And I didn't realize that until recently, until I had to get checked, per se. Like, I'm here to help, but I've been operating in the mode of, I got to do it. I got to take care of it because I truly had to do it or had to take care of it. I wanted to help, but now that I have it, it's just like, oh, okay, you can help me. I don't have to be like my guy calls me a strong Black woman. So, you know, it's just, I think it kind of gets embedded in some of us, and it just becomes our regular mode of operation.
I agree.
You know,
I agree.
Some women are probably saying that as a defense.
Absolutely.
I think that's why some women are saying that. And they don't want to appear weak. So it's like when they say, I don't need anybody. And I like the way that Tamisha put it. We don't need anyone. We all choose to share our life with someone. We have to change the verbiage that we are using.
That's right.
Because let me tell you something. At the end of the day, we need each other for something. Okay?
That's absolutely true.
As much as I love the Lord, he heard my cry. There are just some things I can't do with Jesus.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Satan gotta help you sometime.
So some women don't want to appear needy. So they come off, they have this harsh, they come off real harsh. But also for some women, they also have not experienced that security, that protection from a man. And now y'all can go back and look at one of my old shows, Daddy Issues with Women. So we got to go unpack all of these layers because it's layers. We can't get it all in an hour and a half or 2 hours. But that's part of it. It goes back, and we're going to talk about this too, communication. We got to be better at our communication because when a woman says that, I would want to know, why are you saying that?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you the answer to that woman is that same answer to that guy who just got through talking about to where he may not be ready to commit, he may not be doing this while he sleep around while doing this. Until you see your reflection of your actions in your partner and they shed light on you, you ain't gonna change. When that woman who thinks that she is so self-reliant, when she sees her reflection in that man, she gonna give it up. When that man see his reflection in that woman, he gonna give all them other bras up. He gonna lay it down. And he gonna say she the one, and they gonna get it on. That's just true. When you see your reflection of your actions and your needs and your wants in somebody else, and you know that what you do, so sometimes what we do to some people, we don't care how they feel or not. But when we notice what we do and how they affect that person, and it matters to us, we'll change. It'll happen.
Oh, I like the way Curtis put it. Just because I need you doesn't mean I can't live without you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's the thing too. I think a lot of women, going back to that, I think a lot of women say it just because of that. You know, if everybody's not old school, and I know that you got the Kevin Samuels who is talking to the women and telling them but here's the gotcha. He's talking, most of the men who agree with him, he's not even talking to them. He said he's only talking to men who making 6 figures. So I don't know why they agreeing with him. But I don't necessarily disagree with everything he says either. But I think that with regard to what you said about women saying, I don't need a man, if you've gotten acclimated to doing everything, like Tiny said, doing everything by yourself or doing everything, having to be strong. Sometimes strong is strictly because you have to be, not because you want to be. So having to do it all, having to be strong, you know, especially for a single mom, you wear the cape all day, every day. So it is a major adjustment, you know, for a man to come in and say, first of all, if he's a man, he won't even have to say it. He's just going to do it. But it's a major adjustment for us, you know, quote unquote, strong women to like fall back and know we can take our cape off. It's an adjustment. But it's a defense mechanism was my point. We say that just to, you know, make you feel like, oh, I don't have to have you. But the reality is the moment she finds out somebody else exists, then she outside. So it's a defense mechanism.
I don't know if you all saw that. We'll let you. I just want to say this. I don't know if you all saw what Lauren said. Strength is knowing when to accept help and when to lower guards. And that's to the part with the communication and somebody loving you enough to be patient with you to understand why you have become that. But Narada will let you ask your question.
Yeah. So the guys want to know this next question is a 2-part question. All right. So one of the guys wrote, why is that woman always go after the same type of men continuously hurt them, and then blame the men when it doesn't go their way? And why do they shit on the good men that show genuine love?
I'm going to answer the second one. Actually, I'm going to let you answer the first one, Natalia. Go for it. I got the second one.
Okay. You said, why do women continuously to go after the same kind of men that hurt? That was the first question, right?
That's the first part, yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of two-sided. It all depends on the woman, but the reality is that daddy issue thing is major, or that women. I'm gonna say women, but people in general, we stick to what we know. That's just like you'll have those 4 or 5 boyfriends and they all kind of look alike. They all did something alike. Men are the same way. That's your type. And so that's why, because you stick to what you know. And it's usually not until kind of what Black said, not until you see your reflection, whatever that thing is that happens, that you even realize that you have a type, or that whatever you're doing is not working for you. So that's the reason why we will continue that cycle and not even realize that it's a hamster wheel. That's the reason. Because first of all, we haven't become self-aware. We haven't really figured out who we are and what we need yet. And if you don't know what you need or who you are, you can't explain it to anybody else. So you're going to stick to what you thought worked for you in the past. And it really did.
And Nicole said it right, but sticking to what we know is toxic, and that goes both ways with the men. But I'm going to say this, to answer the B part to that question, why do women mess over the good guys? Well, the thing is, she hasn't been healed. Absolutely. And that's so unfortunate. And so what happened is I'm gonna tell you something. Fear is something major with men.
I'm glad you said that's so unfortunate, but go ahead.
So if you haven't been healed, then why continue to get with the same type of guy?
Well, what they were asking was, when a good guy comes along, she allowed, let's say I didn't allow Ty, Black, Mike, Narada to dog me out. Here you come, Donnell. You Mr. Reasonable, right?
A minute.
All of that nonsense. Now you the good one. But instead of me embracing what you're trying to give me, that's self-sabotage. What she's doing is she's self-sabotage to help whomever that needs this question answered, because she's afraid, because I gave myself to Ty, Black, Narada, and Mike. Now here I come with Donnell. I'm gonna try it again. And it's almost too good to be true. Right. I'm really waiting on him to treat me like the other 4 did.
Right. And to piggyback that, Toya, not only is it too good to be true, but a lot of times they'll come into our lives and we're not healed, and we don't think we're worthy because our past has told us that we weren't. And we're not paying attention to the fact that we chose that path. You know what I mean? We don't think we're worthy because, like you said, everybody else told us, okay, well, she's not worth this thing. Whatever, this commitment or whatever that thing is. And then you have somebody who's treating you like a queen. You're like, but I'm a peasant, they said. You don't even know what you're worth.
But what if I don't come at the end? What if I came between Ty and Black, and then after me it was Narada and Mike? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you saying that Ty and Black dogged you out and I'm the good guy, but then you don't choose me, you choose Mike and Narada.
Women do it every day. Men do it every day too.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't say she hasn't healed yet.
Right.
I mean, I think end game is that, like, she needs to, heal from, previous relationships. But like, I feel like the question is saying, if Ty and Black continuously dog you out and I'm the good guy, but you don't choose me, you go to someone else who's going to dog you out too.
Well, maybe she likes dogs.
Like I said, we can't answer. We try to answer as much as we can, honestly. But me not putting out there, she's not healed yet. That's part of the truth. That's not the whole story. But what I'm saying is, I can understand that from a woman's perspective. You have dealt. I chose to deal with people that weren't good for me. That's what I chose. And I don't have enough time to talk about all of the baggage that I had, which caused me to make a decision when it was just like, this is great person over here. And I think somebody put that in there. I think Lauren put that. And this is something I always say, just because there are 2 great people, that don't mean that they're great for each other. Right. So you're lost in this. And I think, Lauren, your chemistry. So when that happens, like, I had some stuff going on within me, which caused me to go to the left when I really should have went to the right. So I'm saying it's like I can't say that that's all that it is that there is to it. But healing is a part of it. That's just some residue where it's hard for you to accept what's good in your face when you've been so used to dealing with toxic.
So let me ask you this: so at what point does a woman realize that she's blocking her blessings?
When she realizes it, just like when you all decide to evolve and choose, she doesn't realize it until she realizes it. It's like until she figures out who she is. It's the same thing across the board, and I think that's might be the same for men as well. You don't know until you know. How do you know you don't like broccoli? You know what I mean? Like you don't know until you know, and just as many men that get the opportunity to sit back and be like, oh, I missed out on a good one. We have those instances too, where we really missed out on a good one because we just weren't, who we needed to be at that moment.
So answer me this, Kiasha. So why is it such a crime when a guy does it versus when a woman does it?
Ooh,
you asking the wrong one because I don't agree. I don't think it's a crime.
No,
I don't think that. I think that it's the same. It's just.
Most women it is though.
Yeah, I asked that because you get a lot of you all's questions. A lot of you all's questions came from women who are saying, why do men not know? Why do they dog me out when they want to be in a relationship? Why do men do X, Y, and Z when this, that, and the third? But okay, so you just said yourself that when you know, even as a woman, why can't it be a man when you know as a man?
Well, to answer that, I don't think, like I said, speaking from me, I don't think it's a crime. I think that it goes both ways. However, I do have a whole slew of friends who think like that. And I don't think it's a crime, but I think that for them, you see it more, or, to them, men get away with it more, or whatever the case may be. But they do, but they can't do, you all can't do anything we don't let you.
But you said something earlier. You said something earlier, Kiasha. You said that women are more slick with it. Y'all get away with it more. I think that's the difference. Y'all get away with it more than men do. Men is just more obvious. We don't care. It's like, you see us. We kind of did this, that, and the third. Women, on the hand, they like, women got to do for every other day of the week too. And they just when they
not all women. That's not true.
No, not all. Not all.
Not all.
But there are, you're not wrong. It's some women out there who are like that. Just like, it's a lot of men out there like that. I don't think it's a crime. I think it's only a crime if the two people that are, or four or however many, if they got a team like Black said, I think it's only a crime when nobody knows the truth. When everybody is in it and they are totally oblivious to what it is. It's not a crime if you go ahead. I'm sorry.
It goes back to what you said earlier, Kiasha, when you said that the woman has to be toxic as well, or the man has to be toxic as well to continue to deal with the person. And Nicole just wrote, we attract who we are.
Absolutely.
Energy equals energy. And then I also like that you mentioned, self-reflection, because then we become more aware of who we are to attract the blessing. But also you got to be called out on your nonsense. Like one thing that I always put on this show is accountability. I don't hang out with women when I'm talking to my friends, like my women that are in my circle. I don't talk to women that are going to tell me I'm doing the right thing when I'm doing the wrong thing. So it starts with being honest with myself. I need to be honest with myself. So when I do have these conversations, I'm telling the truth about what's going on, not giving the pretty version of it so he can look bad. No, I got to talk about my nonsense so I can check. Because I've had to have a conversation with Tanya, one of them, about what I was doing. It's just like, if I'm not careful, I will sabotage this. So we all come into the table with some history.
Right.
So it behooves us, men and women, to be honest. Like that's one thing that I push.
It's free.
Be honest about where you are.
Yeah, it's free too. It don't cost you. Don't have to pull out your wallet.
I'm sitting back, I'm thinking about that question. And, like women say, why do they attract a certain type of particular man in a relationship? It ain't no relationship. Like we talked about, you attract what you attract. I'm just thinking about all if you were, I'm just being honest. If I think about a woman in my past, and I'm being very real, but personally, that I have said was my woman and we dated in the past, I look back and think about all them women now and be like, I think about them right now. Ain't none of them killers. Ain't none of them crazy. They all got great families. They all got their great wives. They got good careers, great careers. They're doing a lot of good stuff. But then, like somebody else said, we could be two good people, but we not right for each other. And sometimes you just got to realize that energy ain't there. It ain't necessarily they mean a bad person. I can tell you one thing: I ain't never had a girlfriend or a girl that I call my girlfriend that was crazy, scratching up my car. No, I got rid of them that first night. It's over. Mike, what we saying on the show?
How would you know that
some
first
chicks,
night if they're crazy?
Huh?
Right.
How would you know that first night if they're crazy?
When they start talking about they want to get married.
Oh,
first night.
First night. When they start talking about us and it could
you know
be
why,
Mike,
Black?
you know, the show we had about certain situations. I'm putting all of them on the court. Everybody on the court at the same time. You got to do the same drills. And the ones, it's just, sometimes you just know who to, that's a good question, Rod. I mean, sometimes it's just, man, you know if you just want to smash and get out.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know when you want to, he said, man, I'm smashing and I'm out.
Yeah.
I ain't going to be no tomorrow.
It's another question, though, for that, right? So what if she don't show her hands the first night? Because some women get crazy.
Most women don't. We are naturally actresses, so most women don't. So that's why when he said, she talk about marriage, let me tell you something. Just, FYI, we are really good at this thing. If a woman wants to be a game player, she's really good at it. And so most women don't know.
I heard all night.
Thank you. Better than us men. Exactly, Narada.
It's true. And so most of you all don't know that she's crazy until she in her third trimester. You just don't know. And so the reality of it is, one thing I will say about
she can get crazy by herself, so y'all can pause with all of that nonsense.
Yeah, I'm just making a point that we are naturally actresses. We were raised that way. We play baby doll. We play with our baby. We were raised that way. You have some women who are groomed to be people's wives. And so you're taught to cater to a man's ego. You're taught to know what they like and to know what not to say. Now, every woman is not refined, but I was raised real old school. Like my father never made a plate. He never, poured water. He never did that. We ironed his clothes. I was raised really, really old school. So
your dad didn't write a
I'm
book.
sorry. So I did write a book, but it wasn't about that. But I was raised real old school, and I'm saying that to say that upbringing, every woman doesn't have that anymore. So a lot of women are overt and put all their cards on the table and let you know they crazy all at once. But if you have a woman who really is refined and knows who she is and all of those things, hold on. Can you guys still see me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. And knows who she is and all of those things, she could be a force to be reckoned with. You won't know right away.
That's deep, though. That's the realest thing I heard all night. That's
it's
fact.
True.
So when did all that stop? Like after the 70s? What era did that stop?
I don't know if it. Here's the thing. That's funny. I don't know if it stopped.
What are you saying? He ain't
seen. There are a lot of women who think like that, but I don't think you have to be necessarily like I had a 2-parent household. I don't think you have to have that upbringing to be old school or to have a certain train of thought. I don't think it stopped, but let me give you this. My son told me, I could just give it to you in a scenario. My son said to me, Mom, you're raising me to be a gentleman in a world where women aren't raising their daughters to be ladies. So I thought that was so deep because he's only 15.
Hi.
And how old is this son?
He's 15.
Oh, wow.
And my son opens car doors. I haven't pumped gas since he was 4. But I'm making a point though that he's right. So I don't think it ever stopped. I just think that households change. Moms aren't, your mom didn't necessarily raise you like that. And then you got women who have issues and past issues or whatever the case may be. So they raise their daughters. We don't need a man. We got this. It's us, us, us. And, you know, only deal with men who got money. So I think that that's what's changed. How people are raising their daughters today. So I could be very unpopular because I don't think like most women.
But here's my thing. What type of women are y'all dealing with?
That's true. I mean,
for real. Because I'm talking about the women that I hang out with. That's not even our mentality. But it's interesting that you brought that up, Kiasha, because that was actually a question. I wanted to know, what do you all, how old-fashioned are you all in your sense of the roles that men and women play in a relationship?
But that just to go back real quick, I'm sorry. You said because you and your friends are not that. That's why I asked, when did that stop? Like, in what era? Because the women that I've encountered, it's just totally.
You know what I hear a lot, Narada? You know what I hear a lot? People say, "Oh, that's Southern upbringing." That's what women.
I'm raised in Chicago.
I was raised in Milwaukee.
I'll tell you that's what I hear. That women in the South are the ones who usually cater to their men.
Not really. I was brought up in the Caribbean, so the women in that era, back then, they catered to their men,
Mm-hmm.
But again, the women that I've met, a more
it's an American woman thing.
It's totally different.
Say that again, Donnell?
I was gonna say I feel like that's an American woman thing, and I, what I'm saying, and I'll be, 100, what I'm saying, like women in other countries, and I, in my own experience, right, like they cater to their men. They cater to their men. I feel like when you get Americanized, when you make career important, you make other things important. Not saying it's a bad thing, but that mentality that the men work while the woman stays home and take care of the house, that's not what America is anymore.
Okay, and can I say something to that too? Because somebody's gonna put it in the comments, I'm sure of it. The reality of that part is you can have a woman who's super old school like me, but a lot of men don't prescribe to the old school man thing either. So you have a lot of men who want to be treated like a king, but they're actually a peasant. Because if you can't really pay the cost to be the boss, then what are you talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
I get,
yeah. Tell them.
Yeah, it's the truth. Like, I get where you're coming from because I wholeheartedly believe in catering to my man because I'm old school. But I've heard so many men who don't qualify for that, for that part of the game to say, hey, I want my woman to wait on me, or I want my woman to serve me. Meanwhile, she's the one with the career, or she's the one holding it down. So I only wanted to say that because somebody's going to say it. I just wanted to put it out there.
So,
and let me piggyback on that for a second, because I've said this to Toya plenty of times. I've encountered men that want you to be like grandmama, but you don't act like granddaddy. Like, seriously, you want me to do all these things grandmama did for your granddaddy, but you don't act like granddaddy. You don't carry the household like granddaddy. You don't. Where's the balance?
Yeah,
man, no way. I do not want no woman that do what my grandma do. No way. I don't want no woman look like my grandma. But at
the same time, y'all say that, what I'm saying, like back then, what I'm saying, like, women couldn't go to work. I mean, what I'm saying? So it was a given that was the things that they did because they had to. Well, they didn't have to, but that was the thing.
Was their
men
role.
Work, women stay home, and they couldn't go to work. You know what I mean? By choice.
That's true.
I mean, not by choice,
the internet? Was I the only one that lost everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just us. That was just us.
My bad.
But you know what? I said that because I heard so many women say that, they have a man who wants these things, but he is not on his P's and Q's. And I also am I'm a believer that you are who you are. So if you're an old school woman, you're gonna be that, whether he's a scrub or not. It's just up to you to decide, you know, to let him go or not. But you're gonna be who you are in every relationship if you're organic, if you know who you are. So you can't fake that to me, or if you can fake it, but not for too long.
I think honestly,
I'm
it's
sorry,
taught.
say that.
No, I'm saying I think honestly it's taught too. So
yeah,
if you are not seeing your mom or you're not seeing your grandmother be that type of woman, or even a man, you're not seeing your father, or you're not seeing your father or your grandfather be that type of man, then 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna grow up to be that type of man. 9 times out of 10. That there are some anomalies where they're like, you know what, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do something different than what my family did. There are some of those who decide to elevate themselves in that way. But other than that, 9 times out of 10, if you're not taught those things, you don't see those things growing up. You damn sure not gonna see it on TV unless you're watching relationship entertainment television. But you know, I had to throw that plug in there for a second.
Plug.
But yeah, no, if it's not taught and you're not seeing those things, then you get the Beyonce independent women, and you get the, you know, I can Archie Bunker and I can beat the woman over the head and I ain't gotta, you know, oh this, you know, you don't. That's what you get. That's what people emulate.
Again, that's a conversation that both parties would need to have, and it's whatever culture you want to create in your relationship. And again, I'm speaking from the perspective of the women that I know serve the men that they are with. And there's a difference between a man and a grown little boy.
Absolutely. They do exist. They are not dinosaurs. They do exist.
They exist.
You got a couple of them on the call right now. Yeah.
Hey,
we exist.
But I'm gonna tell you something. But a woman wouldn't have a problem. A woman, not a grown little girl, because they exist as well. It goes both ways.
They definitely do.
Will not have a problem serving her mate. And again, I learned from watching my grandma. Like they were as traditional can get. I didn't see my grandmother sweat for anything. Yeah. So in my mind, I looked at a man as he figures it out. Because I never saw my grandmother pacing the floor trying to figure out how this was going to get paid. And I get everybody have different stuff going on. I never saw my grandfather sitting around the house either.
Absolutely.
The man was up before we got up. He believed in hard work. And so I don't believe, I wouldn't even say that that's lost. It's not. I think sometimes we push the negative narrative more because it exists. Now, I'm talking to all of you all, and I know that you all are fairly decent men.
We are.
Wait. Fairly decent? Well, fairly decent.
I said fairly for a reason, Ty.
It's fine dudes on here. Yeah, right. Exactly.
You're fairly decent. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's some great men out here, and there's some great women out here. What do you have to say, Black?
There's some fairly decent women on this.
Hey. You know, man, I was gonna say, man, let's just take what we can get from it. You know, we ain't gonna get much, man. So let's just take what we can get from it.
I guess it's her show. It's her show, Black. So I guess we can let her.
Yeah, it's her show, man. You know, let her. We're fair. We're fairly. You know, I'll take that. I'll take being fairly.
You alright?
I'm good. I'm solid. I'm aware of who I am.
Hey, Toya. That's the date you don't get called back on. When you tell me I'm fairly good, I'll be like, okay. That's how you get put number 2 or 3 or 4, or you might just ride the bench next until I become
top 20.
I'm number 6. Or I'm the 12th man.
There you go, 12th man.
You gotta listen, man.
Bench.
What you say, Black?
No, I'm just joking, man. But
listen, let me say this. I really want to thank everyone that has tuned in. This is actually my season finale. I'm not sure if I said that at the beginning of the show. I'm so appreciative. As much as I talk about Tyron, I am very appreciative of what he and his wife, Nicole, are doing, fighting really hard to promote, especially us, people of color, in a light where we talk about so many different topics. And his whole aim is to educate inspire, as well as entertain. And I believe that we are able to receive all of that from the many shows that he has on his platform. So for those of you that have tuned in, if you have not already done so, we are trying to get these numbers up. I'm putting that out there. No, Ty did not pay me for my commercial, but I like to throw my little commercial out anyway. We are trying to get the numbers up on YouTube. So if you all enjoyed it, and I see you, Black, over there, don't have me give you the business. Please, it doesn't look, here's the thing. It does not take much to like or subscribe. It's just clicking a button, subscribe to Relationship Entertainment Television on YouTube. And some of you may be watching, you may enjoy what you've heard. You may have an idea for a show. The gentleman at the top in the middle is the person that you will reach out to. Ty, I don't know if you can put, since I'm talking, thank you. You can email him. Please feel free to do so. I want to thank all of you that have engaged with us. Our audience was amazing tonight. I appreciate everyone that had a comment or a question. Everyone knows that I like to end my show with everybody thinking about something that they are grateful for. I want to go Kiasha, Tanya, Narada, Mike, Donnell, Black, and I'm going to respect you, Ty. So savor this moment. We're going to let you be the last one to talk out of the guest on tonight. So in that order, please tell the audience, what is it that you are grateful for?
I'm grateful for growth and self-awareness. That's what I'm grateful for.
I am grateful for growth as well, because it's been a journey. A lot has occurred, and I'm so grateful for where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm grateful for my life experience because it gave me a lot of wisdom.
I'm grateful for life experiences. I like that, Naran. And I'm grateful for my wife. I'm going to put it out there. It's been 17 years.
Wow.
Grateful for my wife.
Yeah.
Toya?
That was Donnell.
Yeah, you ain't listen to directions, man. Yo, next.
Maybe he's thinking hard as a mug. He's thinking hard as a mug.
I said the name.
Well, I'm also grateful for, my life experiences and, everybody that has always been, close to me and a part of my life, my wife, my kids, my parents, and my close friends.
Well, since Mike said his wife, I got one too. I can't just say not my wife after he can say his wife. Because if my wife watches me like, the hand, yeah, whatever the hell y'all do with that hand in the hand. Yeah, so my wife, just my family, and I'm just thankful for all those times that most people quit and I didn't. And I'm just grateful that God gave me the perseverance to keep on keeping on and keep moving. And as long as you can wake up, you can get up. And if you can get up, you can do something. So I'm just grateful for all the things that happened. And, man, let's just make this thing happen. Let's get out there and get it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm grateful for this conversation, Toya. I'm grateful for, the fact that we're able to have a civilized conversation, considering that Toya is hosting the show. No, I'm joking. I'm grateful for the fact that, seriously, we can have a civilized conversation because a lot of men and women can't come together and have these type of conversations. And so it is my honor, it is my pleasure to provide a platform such as this for Toya to have a show like this, or Millionaire Man Cave, or the other shows that we have on Relationship Entertainment Television, to have these conversations so that, there can be growth, there can be change. In us men and us women, in us men and you women. So, I appreciate Toya for having these conversations. I appreciate the audience for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for supporting. Don't forget, hit the like button, hit the share button. Tell your peoples about Women's Champ. Tell your peoples about Relationship Entertainment Television. Tell your peoples about, Millionaire Man Cave, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Yeah. All right, I just had to throw the extra plug in, but I'm grateful for all of those things. I'm grateful for all of you all who are on this show, for making this thing work, and I'm grateful for I guess that chick over there. Shit.
Are you finished?
Yes, I'm done.
You done or you finished?
I'm
Toy, did he do fairly well?
He was fair. He was fair, Black. He was fair.
Okay.
But I want
just
to
wanna
say
know.
that I am grateful for an opportunity to have been pushed out of my comfort zone. It has been this past year has been there's been a lot of growth for me internally. I've had a lot of changes. There was a gentleman on the show tonight that I met in Mexico during the pandemic, and
Who you met?
I met this wonderful gentleman named Narada. I am grateful for him being in my life. And that isn't something that I have been so quick to share with the public. But I am definitely grateful for him. I am grateful for an opportunity to be able, again, Ty, I must agree with you, to have these conversations, these candid conversations, because I believe that we need to have these different topics amongst men and women before we even think about getting into a relationship. If you know anything about me, I do not play when it comes to human beings, but I'm even more serious when it comes to the Black community. And I am very big on us treating each other well, as we mentioned the word respect. And a big part of the problem is a lot of us are damaged. We are hurt, men and women. We're hurting each other. It's not just the men. Because if you have a conversation with them, chances are it's going to go back to some woman that hurt him, and now he's going around hurting other women, and vice versa for women. So when we have these type of conversations, people aren't just sending in these questions. Like, these aren't ghosts coming up with these questions. People are really experiencing this, and I appreciate you all giving them some honest feedback. As a woman, I'm telling you all, we need men. We need y'all. We need you all to be present. And I'm so grateful again for the audience that has stayed with us tonight. We could still have this conversation without you all, but it's much better with you all being here. So I want to thank all of my family and friends that have been supportive since I started this. Ty, thank you for seeing something in me that I did not see in myself. I never would have imagined that I would be doing anything on this level. So I thank God for where RETV is going to go, as well as grow. So,
hey Toya, right quick. Since you said that this is your season finale, if y'all want to continue conversations like this, Millionaire Man Cave comes on Tuesdays, 8 p.m. right here on Relationship Entertainment Television. I just had to throw that out there because there are 4 of us on this call, in which I know my screen's frozen, but there are 4 of us on this call who actually have these conversations every week. So a lot of these answers that y'all are looking for, women, tune in to Millionaire Man Cave. I guarantee you answering some of these questions.
I definitely tune in.
We're gonna tell you like it is. We're gonna be easy. We're gonna grease it up first. We're just not gonna give it to you raw like that. Well, some of them do. Some of these guys.
So you do give it raw, because when I asked the question, you went left with it. But we'll make sure we talk about this when Women's Champ come back.
We'll be waiting.
So will I. So for our audience, you all have a wonderful night. You all can tell them bye. We won't log off just yet, but thank you all for tuning in with us. We hope that you all be safe and be great.
Peace.
Yeah.